Hi, folks. Chris Voss here from the Chris Voss Show.com. The Chris Voss Show.com. Hey, we're just coming here with another tech news today. These are the top 5 stories that I'm reading and liking in the tech news industry. So today is February 17th, 2015. And be sure to watch for some of the other stuff we'll be doing here. I'll get to some product reviews here at the end of this broadcast. So different things we're talking about. The Wall Street Journal reported that Apple has ordered 5 million of the Apple Watches they're going to be taking and bringing to market. One thing they did have to do is scuttlebutt a whole mess of features, mostly health features that they had to take and draw back from it. Some of it was stuff that they just couldn't put on, dealing with federal regulations and things of that nature when it came to health stuff. You know, the FDA, the FDA. And there's a lot of stuff they had to scrap. The thing is, I've reviewed tons of wearables. We've reviewed it seems like every wearable it is on the Chris Voss Show. Be sure to check that out. And the biggest challenge we have with them is, number one, the batteries. The battery life on the Apple Watch is reported to be very poor, maybe 2 hours if you use it heavily, maybe 3 hours, which make it, I don't even know what the point is. The other problem with wearables is they're redundant. They basically do what your phone does. So they double your workload. They double the information that you, not really double the information, but they make you work twice as hard because you get the same information. You're just working twice as hard to get to it. Half the time your wearable says to you, hey, you have a notification. If you want to see it, press here, look on your phone. And then you press there and you look at your phone. After a while, if you're smart and you don't feel like an idiot monkey, you start to realize that, why do I need you when I just need this? Until they could really make wearables that operate on their own and that have a cell phone on their own. And one thing I did like was the new Samsung that has the SIM card that goes in it, but you still kind of need the phone to work with it. But until they can operate autonomously, they're not really going to capture the market. And wearables are struggling. Most people are shown that they play with them for a month or two, and then they go in a drawer. And I have drawers filled with wearables, I got to tell you. So I've tried to find the what's the right word? The diamond in the rough of the wearable world. I don't think Apple Watch is going to be the answer. I really don't, no matter how many eye sheep seem to hump at that dog. This is the first indication, probably more indications that will come, that Apple is going to have to really draw back the hype that it put into this device. And it's really not going to be that functional, especially for what it's warning. It's wearing it. A price that is far above what most people really want to pay for a wearable or the value therein. But they do have a captured market of eye sheep that will buy this product. They'll buy anything that Apple puts out. So there you have it. So definitely interesting things going on with the Apple iWatch. Some other things going on with the news that I want to talk about today. There is a group, I guess they're called the Equation Group, internally in the NSA, and these guys are super hackers, and their design is to hack corporations and everything else to make sure that they can get all of the best stuff done and the best hacking done. These guys are so freaking good. Now, number one, what they're doing is they're intercepting mail and putting hackware on whatever they intercept. So if you're in one of those countries they're targeting, you have some issues. The other thing is, that's pretty amazing to me when I read it. Check this out. The malicious firmware they put on hard drives. They have about 12 hard drive, or they have manufacturers including Western Digital, Maxtor, Samsung, IBM, Micron, Toshiba, and Seagate that they've been able to hack into their hard drives. And they have a secret storage vault that survives military-grade disk wiping and reformatting. And it's making the sensitive data stolen from victims available even after reformatting the hard drive and reinstalling the operating system. And that's just, and it's impossible to, I guess, detect or remove. This is crazy hacking stuff that, wow, it's just amazing that they can pull off what they can take and do. So, recently I saw Obama talking about, I believe he was talking with Recode about some of the different things And, one of the reasons they don't want to give up going to people and going to countries and saying, well, we'll stop hacking if you stop hacking is because we're really good at it. And we don't want to give up the power that we have. I'm sure that when somebody gets better at hacking than we do, we'll be like, hey man, it's not fair. If you notice a couple of years ago, China, we did this thing to China. We're like, Chinese hacking our computers. Oh my God. And of course, since then we found with Snowden that we're so evil at hacking. It's not even funny. And of course, remember, it's legal if the government does it. If you do it, you'll go to jail. So I don't know how that makes any sense, but there you are. And those of you who believe that your privacy is still a factor, well, you guys are living in a dream world. You guys really seriously are. So thanks for that information from arstechnica.com. And let's see, what else do we have up here on the Chris Voss news palette? We have from the AT&T folks. I love AT&T, fastest download upload speeds. They send us lots of the phones that you see reviewed on the Chris Voss Show. And they help us bring you great reviews. They don't care if I give them bad reviews or good reviews. So they are coming out on February 20th with the BlackBerry Passport and Classic. And BlackBerry still has keyboards. Go figure. I mean, that's probably why people still use BlackBerry. Obama uses the BlackBerry largely for security reasons, I believe. That or, the OS code is so old, no one bothers to hack it, I suppose, is the thinking there. I don't know. But they love keyboards. So there you go. So it's coming out to AT&T for you BlackBerry fans who are still buying the phones that 1.5% of the people in mobile world buy. So there you are. The other news item that I came out with that I saw that I thought was really interesting, and not a lot of people covered it, but this came across from the Telegraph in the UK. Driverless cars beat racing for the co.uk and search for their driverless cars now outperform skilled drivers. These guys really kick butt using an Audi TTS, and they pretty much rock and rolled it from Stanford University Engineering. So pretty cool. I mean, can you imagine someday in the future you're going to see NASCAR driven by no one? Just the cars will just go around the track and you'll just be like, there's no one in them. Maybe they'll put like dummies or robots in them that will drive them. But, it'll just be NASCAR without whatever, which might be cool because then they could have more crashes, which is more entertainment, but there would be no danger to the drivers. So there you go. Drivers are just kind of on like a little iPhone. So there you are. That's my NASCAR impression. Go with it. The Samsung hints at multi-standard wireless charging in the Samsung S6. On a blog post, Samsung has suggested that they are now working with 3 of the major wireless power standard bodies that are out there. There's the QI charging and or QI charging or something. I get corrected all the time at CS, and I really don't care. It's QI. Well, how do you say that? QI, whatever. So anyway, Samsung is pushing for that. I think that would be a great thing to see. I've used numbers of different chargers, mostly QI. There were some I saw at CS that have some new kind of standards that were really wild. I can't remember what they were, microwave or infrared or something along those lines, but they were very, very neat. So this will be really cool, especially if they can put this in the phone. I've used cases where you have to use this bulky case. Sometimes you don't like the case, but you have to have it on the QI charger. One of the other things is you have to have it just right in the right exact spot or it doesn't charge. Real pain in the butt. But it is nice to have QI charging, although I got to tell you, I do love my Note 4 charging because I plug it in for an hour, Zoom, it's done. I love it. So there's that. So Samsung's working on some really cool things. Looking forward to see this Samsung Galaxy S4. So that's going to be really cool too. So those are the 5 items that we're tracking on the Chris Voss Show today. Chris Voss is reading. Now we'll get to the point of the show where we see what's Chris Voss reviewing today. So what do we have here? We have Acer, the good folks at Acer, at probably acer.com, and at Acer you can probably find them on the interwebs there. They sent us to review the new Chromebook 13. So this is very interesting. I wanted to really try these for quite some time because I love, number one, laptops and mobility, but I've always wondered about these because I can pretty much live on the Google ecosystem, if you will. I pretty much have everything on it. In fact, when you give me an iPhone, the first thing I do is I put on all the Google apps. Can't live without my Gmail. So I've always wondered if I could live with this thing. There's only two apps that I'm trying to figure out if I can figure out how to make this work. One is Adobe Lightroom, and I believe there's some way I can make that work with this. Another is my Camtasia Studio. And I know Camtasia Studio is working on this. They have some things where you can use mobile apps to take and access your Camtasia Studio. But hopefully their next edition will do that. But those are the only two apps that I have that I desperately need that can't quite be on this without having a hard drive per se. But I believe I can plug a hard drive into this. So I'm going to see if that's possible or works or whatever. We're still reviewing it, so it's still new. But we are impressed with it so far in our unboxing. If I can figure out how to go from left to right. You can see it's got a HDMI output with a USB 3.0 on the one side back, which is nice. And then it's got your power cord, I believe that's an earphone jack that's there. Along the front, nothing really here. And along the side, we have a place for your micro SD card and a USB 3.0. One thing that really did surprise me was when I opened it, maybe I shouldn't open this for you guys. I should make you watch the review. When I opened it, it has real utility, really simple sort of setup, but also it's very clean and very sharp. But I couldn't figure out where the sound was coming from, and it was coming at me from all sorts of angles. You can see here it just turns on when you open it. And it turns out there's these really cool speakers that are on the bottom. I was really impressed. The sound like had me fooled. I was looking on the back. I'm like, where are these speakers coming? Are they coming out of the keyboard? And whatever they've done with these speakers, they did a really good job because the sound comes out. I think the speakers work better on a $1,200 Asus laptop that I have. So very impressed that way. So we're going to be doing a review on that. Be sure to watch for that. Thanks to Acer for sharing the Chromebook 13 with us. Be sure to check out the other products and other reviews. We'll hopefully be doing them in the future. So there you have it, the Chris Voss Tech Podcast for Tech News on February 17th, 2015. Be sure to check in every day. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also, we're doing more giveaways. We just gave away the AT&T Samsung Smart Fit. We just sent that to one lucky winner. So he's got that. We still have the Ventev cables, and there's something else I'm giving away. I can't remember what it is, but if you look at the YouTube channel, I'm sure you'll find it. Just search for giveaway. And then we have some more giveaways. We're going to be programming the system. So be sure you subscribe and share, please. Please share the channel. Let people know you love us and all that good stuff. So we certainly appreciate your support. Thanks for coming by the ChrisVossShow.com. Be sure to look up in the sky. And when you do, just wonder why.